Ike Diaz live. You're live with Ike Diaz. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. If you do stop by while I'm live, if you stop by later, that's awesome too. I appreciate it, guys. Ike Diaz live. You're live with Ike Diaz. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. If you do stop by while I'm live, it's like a little echo. It's funny. I want to start out, and I just want to thank everybody. We just went over 1,000 subscribers tonight on this new channel, and I started December 7th. This is actually, I was talking to D Marble last night, and I told him, yeah, I only got like 8 or 9 new vlogs. You know, this is like the 8th vlog. This is like, I told him I had 9, but I was tired. He was tired. It was late at night. It was like 10 o'clock, 10:30 or something. And we talked for about a half hour, and I told him I only had like 8. You know, it don't sound good, but when you think about my last 2 channels, my music channels that had 68,000 subscribers and 40-some thousand subscribers, then you understand. And then my other 2 channels, KVLP LLC 4 and KVLP LLC podcast, then you understand what I'm talking about. Excuse me. I'm drinking Pepsi so I can stay up a little later. I know my buddy said not to go on that because people could link into it or some bull. Lice a batch, and then you roll. If I the local don't want the whole piece, just let me taste the pie. So once again, I wanted to get on real quick and tell you thank you all. 1,000 subscribers. That's amazing. That's awesome. I'm like, man, like on those other channels, it took from 2012 to build up like that, like to build up all those subscribers. So it's like really cool because we started those other channels in like 2012, and we're talking that's 7 years ago that we started those. Sorry if you guys hear those. I get a lot of messages. Well, I wanted to come right here, but once again, my whole thing right now is I'm thanking everybody for the thousands of you know it's cool that that you guys appreciate the content that I bring to you guys, and you know it's really I'm just talking and I'm just promoting talking about my book, talking about mud floods, flat Earth, fake moon landings, you know. That's crazy. So I also want to say that I'm excited about this. We're at 2,544 followers on our podcast station on KVLP LLC. This is on speaker. So I want to thank you all. Sorry, guys. I know you guys are hearing those beeps, but it's because I get inboxes when I'm on live. People will not tune in. It's the craziest thing. If they would just tune into the broadcast, everything will be going. I only get like 5 to 10 listeners while I'm live, but I'm happy with that right now since, like I said, I just barely hit 1,000 subscribers. But so real quick, this is Real Talk with Vlad Brad, the Road of Vlad Brad. This is his 2nd episode. He just posted it, so make sure you go by and check it out. It's pretty cool. I listened to about half of it already. I got to go back and finish the rest. He does politicking and talks about recent issues and things like that. But once again, thank you. I'm thanking you for this one because we were at like 2,400 subscribers, like 2,415, and like 3 or 4 days ago, and then all of a sudden he went on, and a couple other people went on. Now we're at 2,545. So that's pretty exciting. We went up like about, I think, like 60 or 70 followers. On this one, it's called followers. On YouTube, it's called subscribers. But it's all the same thing. You know what I mean? It's all the same thing. I always try to keep it on this so you guys can understand where we're at as far as our podcasting station goes. You know what I mean? We get some really good numbers. Like this week has been slow because, you know, I don't know. It's just odd. So the week's been slow, but it's good. It's gonna pop back up, you know. So make sure you stop by this and check it out. There's a few things I wanted to talk about. So like once you join this flat earth community, um it takes a while before people start recognizing you and knowing who you are, and wanting to work with you. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to do a podcast with broadcast with somebody that got 1,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? They want to work with the guys that got 250,000 subscribers. Um, 300,000 subscribers, 1,000,000 subscribers. That way their sub count can go up. But if you're the little, when I do podcasts, I do podcasts with people with like 14 followers, 14 subscribers. But I'm different. I'm a different kind of breed. I was breeded different than some of these other cats. See, this is Zach's first podcast. He got 428, so his second podcast should do pretty good. But the whole situation with that is like, I've only asked one person to come on and do some flat Earth stuff with me, and that's Karen B. And she's responded. She says she's okay with doing it, but we don't know what platform yet that we want to go on. If I want to go on this podcast here, the speaker podcast, the one right here, or if I want to go ahead and do a YouTube broadcast, which I'll probably do a YouTube broadcast because she's pretty big in the YouTube community. So that's why I said I'd probably do a broadcast there. So hopefully she wants to, she's checked out my broadcast and she still wants to do it. You know what I mean? And there's D Marble. I posted this today. They're still live. Breaking news. That's what he put. I've watched this over and over. This thing made me so upset. Just recently, like in the last couple years, that these guys are all still alive. I remember being in third grade. I know I've mentioned this a million times. And watching the 1986, nobody wants to relive the story. I wrote the letters to them, you know what I mean, and then to find out they're still alive kind of hurts my feelings. Especially I was so hurt about the teacher because I was in school still, and the teacher was so this is Karen B right here, and we're hoping to get her on with us. So make sure you come to her channel and subscribe to her. She has some really cool oops. Didn't mean to hit that. I watched all these videos that she did. She has some really cool ideas and changes, and so hopefully we'll have her on pretty soon. I already did the video on the YouTube, the suppression of them trying to suppress flat Earth, but we still got to keep doing it. You know what I mean? It still has to be keep done. Like I'm not gonna quit. Like I'm moving forward regardless of what they say, what they talk about, because these must have just went. That one must have just went up. Oh, that was yesterday. I'm gonna have to watch that. But I'm gonna watch this one for sure tonight. Static in the Attic. I'm subscribed to him. Make sure you go over and check him out. It's pretty. I've been watching all his videos. I've been studying everything about mud floods, and I watched every single video about mud floods that he has. So plus he was here in Colorado, and he has a lot of information on Colorado. And I went down and it's a video and some pictures that I'm gonna be showing pretty soon on that, guys. Oh shoot, I'm not. Hey, how you doing, lickety slit? Well, sorry about that, man. I'm all off in my world, going through my intro stuff still, man. But thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. I just had a funny feeling somebody came by, so I was like, well, I'll stop by. Hey, Gina, thanks for always being here. I appreciate it. KVLP podcast. Susan, what's going on? I know that's you. Yes, I'm already started. I'm good, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. You are awesome. Right on, man. I appreciate that, man. I'm just thanking everybody for going over 1,000. I'm thanking all my subscribers. I just put this channel up a month ago, and I'm already over 1,000 subscribers with the content that I've been putting out. You know what I mean? Like, so it's pretty cool, man. I'm pretty happy, dude. So thank you, man. Thank you for coming by, subscribing, and listening to listen to me ramble on most of the nights that I get on here. I've been going on late because there's a bunch of podcasters that I know and I talk to, or I call them broadcasters on YouTube, that I know and talk to, and they uh, they have a lot of followers and stuff, and they have people that listen to me. They go over and listen to them too. So I try to wait till they're all done with their broadcast, so I before I go on. That way, I get the leftovers. But once I build up more, like I said, I was talking with D Marble last night, and he told me just go on. You know what I mean? It don't matter. So I'm like that's cool, man. But I still waited for him to get done. He went on and did his broadcast, and I still waited for him to get done. I listened to his whole broadcast, and then I went. I don't know. I feel like I'm stepping on toes if I go on when one of my friends or other broadcasters that I listen to. Who else do you listen to? Lickety Split. Flat Earth Data. Good evening. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Flat Earth is here. Flat Earth is out. Flat Earthers for life. That's it now. Once a person becomes a flat earther, that's it. I don't care about the suppression of YouTube and the analytics of it, because right before it happened, YouTube was just letting it fly, and now they're gonna turn around and say, "Hey, you can't do it no more." But that's my other broadcast, guys. I just did one a couple days ago on that. I went off. Yeah, it's out. So um, I was gonna talk a little flat Earth tonight, a little mud flood stuff, because I got a mud flood video coming up. And mud flood, I come, knowing about it now. Mud floods do, the Tartarian government had a flat Earth map. That's why I got into it. You know what I mean? That's why I got into the mud floods. I've been a flat earther for 3 years now. And it's not been it's until I did that my journey to flat, or what was it? I can't even remember what it was called. Let me see. I'll try to go to it real quick. Well, I did a broadcast on. I can't even remember what it's called right now. Until I did that, I was going through some depression over this, because people just don't believe. You know what I mean? People just don't. I don't know where it's at. Don't. Oh, I just have to click right here real quick, guys. Oh, yeah, my journey to flat Earth, guys. Until I did this video, it was only supposed to be a 10, 15-minute video. And then all of a sudden, it turned out to be 2 hours, because we had all kinds of people in the chat. We had tons of people in the chat. Like, it was crazy. This video just went off right here. This video I don't know what happened. Like, I think there was 5,000 comments when it was all done. Like, throughout the chat. So that's what lifted the weight off of my shoulders that night, though. Because to have flat earthers come to my defense, because we had about 7 or 8 globe believers, in the chat, and and it was hard. It was like I was trying, because I said I wasn't here to debate anybody about flat Earth right now, and I wasn't here to explain to anybody about anything about the Earth. I was just telling my journey, how I got here, and all kinds of people showed up, and they were talking crazy, and Jimbo popped in, and a couple other flat earthers, and they were defending me, and I was like, that's cool, I appreciate it. It was going so quick I couldn't even see this chat because I was still trying to talk, and it was just sorry if you guys hear all those dings. My inbox thing goes off when I'm on the air because I'm on my laptop. I'm on my desktop, so I know you guys can hear all that. Yeah. Oh, and bedroom and supports Alex Jones. We knew Alex Jones to be an actor in a controlled opposition. Yeah, everybody knew that. Owen Benjamin, it's still in the air about him. Yeah, I put him on that podcast because he kind of demonstrated some of the feelings I was going through for a while. So that's why because I never heard of Owen Benjamin before that. We all know Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. There's no denying it. But as far as Owen Benjamin goes, I didn't know who he was. I actually heard about him through Karen B when I watched her podcast and her Mirror of Owen Benjamin's broadcast, and that's the first time I had ever heard of him. I'll be honest with you, because I don't watch TV, I don't listen to radio, I don't listen. I gave all that stuff up, guys, because of this. You know what I mean? It's been like 10 years since I watched TV like on a regular basis. Like I watch some shows, but as far as watching TV like on a regular basis, it's been like 10 years. So I didn't know who Owen Benjamin was. And when I heard him get like disappointed, man, it hit home, man. It like when he had the depression moment, it hit home, and I had went through that. And that when I did that podcast on my journey to flat Earth, the 2-hour podcast that was supposed to be 10 minutes, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulder. Like everything just felt like it was normal. Like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? This is what I'm supposed to be talking about. This is what I'm, because I got like 3,000 podcasts. You can go to KBLP LLC and you can see all the podcasts we have. And what I was doing was, this was how I was setting it up. And so I was playing music for about an hour, 2 hours. Excuse me. And then I would stop, and I would talk flat Earth for about an hour, and I'd bring on a guest or two or something, and we would talk about it. We would talk about flat Earth for about an hour, and then I would go back to music. So that's kind of how all that played out. You know what I mean? So flat Earth data, where are you from? And lickety slit. Sorry if I say it wrong. Lickety slit. Where are you from? Where are you guys from? I'm from Denver, Colorado. I'm actually from Northland, Colorado. Well, I'm from Denver, Colorado, but I live in Northland now. And I was talking to when I was trying to explain the chat. You really can't say the right things in the chat. So I was listening to D Marble earlier. Oh, Vancouver, that's awesome, man. I've been up there. I've been up that way. It's nice up there. So I was wrote a couple things in the chat. So I live in Colorado. So there's a concert hall. I said this on one of the last broadcasts, but there's a concert hall here in Colorado that we go to. It's an open kind of stadium. It's open like about, I don't know, 8 months out of the year or something. I'm just guessing. And we sat on the greens, you call it on the green, the grass, you know what I mean? We weren't sitting, we were standing. So the sun was setting behind the mountains. It was going behind the mountains. So it was about 3/4 of the way down. This was an experiment I did. It was about 3/4 of the way down, and I pulled out my iPhone. And with my iPhone, I brought the sun completely back into view. from being behind the mountain. So that right there broke me. I was like, man, the earth is flat. The earth is flat. There's no way. Yeah, and guess what? We went to go see Hall and Oates, and the Hall and Oates concert with the other guy, shout, let it all out. That's what we went to go see. So I was running around showing everybody on the ground. I showed about 200 people, and they were just shocked. They were amazed. And I wasn't telling them, oh, the earth is flat, the earth is flat. I was just like, check this out. Look at this. Look at this. I had, it was about 200 people. But you got to remember, about out of 200 people, 180 of them were drunk. So only 20 of them probably remembered it, so that's the way that kind of turned out. But if anybody else is listening, if you have anything to add, if you have what I'm looking for, another reason I went on tonight is because I think that honestly, as flat earthers, and I'm flat earth data lickety split, I think that we should start pressing the globe model, the globe people, the people who come on and they try to, they want to debunk us. We got to start pressing them to start proving without going through the scientific world. We got to start pressing them to do their experiments. You know what I mean? Also, man, we can't be the only ones out doing experiments. I'm out at a lake trying to do an experiment. You know what I mean? I seen how they did the dang bells ring. I'm out at a lake trying to do the experiment, and then I got somebody, asking me about this or that. You know what I mean? And I'll explain it to them, but it's like I think we got to press these globe believers that on them getting out and them pursuing, looking at, opening up their side of this, and them looking at the earth, whether it's flat or whether it's round. You know what I mean? I think they need to start doing experiments as well, because I don't think we should be the only ones anymore, because flat earth it's completely out. It's completely out. If they have to come around and say, if YouTube has to come around and shut flat earth down, I think that the globe believers have to turn around and they have to put their money where their mouth is, because we can't be the only ones, guys. We can't be the only ones doing this. I mean, we're going to continue to keep doing it. But I think personally, I think that the globe believers have to start putting their research in and showing us just as much as we've been showing everybody else. You know what I mean? You have to see what the algorithm of YouTube will suggest, and then you'll have to see how we code our YouTube videos. Code our YouTube videos. I knew that's what you meant. Yeah, that's why I was gonna put flat Earth in the title tonight, and then I changed it, and I put you notice because I just hit 1,000 subscribers tonight on this new YouTube channel. On my other two, you want to hear some crazy stuff, flat Earth data? I don't know if you listen to my other videos, but I had 68,000 subscribers on one channel. My backup channel had 40-some thousand, and I had all kinds of millions of views. I'm monetized. I had all kinds of comments. So YouTube, remember a couple months ago when they took away all the reality is that there has been a public outcry to block flat Earth, to proceed to have people look into it. It's typical human psychology, and the reason why Obama said what he said all about the Flat Earth Society. I know. I heard that a few times, to be honest with you. But like I said, I had those two channels, and they were getting built up, and I was starting to put flat Earth into them. And when they wiped it out, they took it and they gave it back to me, right? And I only have 10 subscribers on one and 27 subscribers on the other one. You can go to it, the Ike Dog channels, and they're both still monetized. I'm still getting paid on them, But excuse me, I'm still monetized. With people ask me, how are you monetized with 10 subscribers? I said I had 40 subscribers on this channel and I had 68,000 on the other one. And they took it all away. And I've been fighting YouTube to try to see what happens, to see why I can't get them back, you know? But whatever. And I had just got into talking about flat earth stuff. And I think that was part of the reason that they wiped it out. And then our other two channels that go to our podcasting station, they got wiped out. One got wiped out for like 5,000 subscribers, and the other one got wiped out for like 1,000. So there's nothing we could really do. Just keep moving forward. Yeah, it's now a controlled release, and the occult was bringing it. Yeah, I know what you mean. The elites are trying to pull some things off that, you know, they don't want people to know about this, what we're talking about, you know, because if this really gets out, like really, who's smart enough to believe in the Big Bang, or who's dumb enough to believe in the Big Bang? I don't believe in it. I never have believed in it, because you know, there's just like, there never could have been a Big Bang, you know. Like, I mean, in all reality. And then when you look at this mud flood stuff, if there was a reset, we, you know, I hear one of the main guys I listen to, you probably listen to him. He talks about we're not on the same clock as them. So I understand. I was looking over some things, and I kind of understand their clock now, the way they run their clock. So it's pretty interesting the way that the elites run their clock and their calendar. So they have a different calendar, and they have a different um, calendar, and they have a different clock than we do. So we're behind all that. We're behind what they're doing. And then when you look into the mud flood stuff, the earth might only be like 800 years. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's still something I'm looking into. Like, it's pretty crazy. And like I said, the only reason I started looking into mud floods is because they show flat earth models. All the Tartarian government models are flat earth models. So with the dome, with the firmament on top of it. So that's one of the reasons I got into it. Yeah, so let me ask you this. Flat earth data. So if we title it with something different, I know they pick up all our voice algorithms already. That was the last one that they did, where they decided to pick up what we say and how we say it. So, but see, you know, I have been talking about flat earth, flat earth, flat earth, flat earth, and I never got flagged, never got a copyright strike, nothing. You know what I mean? So, do you think that they? Yeah, we're not on we're not, the calendar is all messed up. But what I was trying to get out real quick was like, if do you think that if you know, are they just looking at the title? Like when you go live, you write your title out, you know what I mean? And if you put flat earth in there, are they just looking at that? Are they looking at what we actually end up talking about throughout the broadcast? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to see, if you know anything about what I was with that, the reason with that. And as far as the calendar goes, I know they changed it, and yeah, see, that's what I've been worried about, because I mean, we could put, you know, we're going down to take pictures of the amusement park, and then as soon as, you know, we talk about the amusement park, we start talking about flat earth. So yeah. We already the compute. The computer. They got AI that's already picking up all our voices, and it's already the algorithms are listening to everything we say. So there's really no way we can beat that part. But with the question I have is like I don't have all the answers, so I ask questions too. But do people I mean, is there do you think that if we don't title it flat earth, like I said, we're going down to the amusement park and then we start talking about flat earth about 20 minutes later, do you think that they're worried about that, or do you think they're just worried about flat earth being in the description? That's what I mean. Because I read I even did the YouTube on my last couple broadcasts ago. I did the YouTube thing where and I read the Washington Post, but it just said they're breaking down on flat earthers and 911 guys. You know what I mean? So that's where I kind of got confused at. So that's why I'm trying to figure out like trying to have my wording a little better to where I'm not saying the wrong things while I'm on the air. I don't cuss or anything, so um, so I'm never gonna be you know I don't have a bad temperament or anything. I'm a pretty calm guy, but I want to get into that. I just saw this with what you call it, so I'm gonna talk about it a little bit because this is really funny. It's really corny. So you guys are everybody who listens to this, you're gonna probably laugh. You're gonna kind of laugh about this. Hey Beth, you came back. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Oh, Gina was here. Sorry. Oh, you just got here, Beth. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. You're awesome, Beth. I'm not on the what you call it. As soon as I get on there, I'll write hi to you. But China, this is some funny stuff. I was listening to what's the name earlier, and he was talking about that. Hold on, I'm typing it up right now, real quick. They're growing plants on the far side of the moon, on the dark side of the moon. Could you believe that BS stuff? China's moon sees first seeds sprout. This is so funny. This is the BBC. So I wanted to talk about this after I heard it tonight. I just started cracking up. I was like this. We can't get past the firmament, but China could go up to the moon and plant seeds and grow something that that is so funny. I'm trying to read a little bit of this real quick. So they want to go. So they're seeds taken up to the moon by China's four missions have sprouted, says China's National Space Administration. It marks the first time in biological matter any biological matter has grown on the moon and is being seen as significant steps towards long-term space exploration. The Chang's I don't want to mess that up. The four is the first mission to land on and explore the moon's far side, facing away from the Earth. It touched down on January 3rd, carrying instruments to analyze the region's geology. What does China do? What does China want to do on the moon's far side? What China has, it's ion space. China moon probes take snaps of each other. That's funny. Plants have been grown on the International Space Station that's here on Earth before, but never on the moon. The ability to grow plants on the moon could prove useful for long-term space missions, like a trip to Mars, which would take about 2.5 years. It would mean that astronauts could potentially harvest their own food in space and reducing the need to come back to Earth to resupply. If you believe that, your mind's playing tricks on you too. What do you think? What do you guys think about that? What does everybody think about that, really, guys? I'm gonna read the rest of this here in a second. I'm just getting something. Bam, 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 boogie, boogie, woogie, boogie. Hey, Susan, have Steve sign into KVLP 4. That way, people could see it in the chat. That'd be awesome if you could do that for me. Trying to get me something to drink. I get all. The Chinese moonlander was carrying among its cargo soil containing cotton and potato seeds, yeast, and fruit fly eggs. The plants are in a sealed container on board the lander. The crops will try to form a mini biosphere and artificially self-sustaining environments. I guess this is written by the BBC right here. The lunar mini biosphere experiment on the 4 lander is designed to test photosynthesis and respiration process in the living organisms that result in the production of the energy. The whole experiment is contained with 18 centimeters tall, 3 kilograms canister, and that was designed by 28 Chinese universities. 28 Chinese universities. What is that? Numerology there. I have to look back at that. The organisms inside have a supply of air and water nutrients to help them grow. But one of the challenges, says Chinese scientists, is to keep the temperature favorable for the growth when conditions on the moon swing widely between 170 degrees Celsius and 100 Celsius or more. They also have the control. They also have to control the humidity and nutrients. So some have raised the question of whether the experiments risk contaminating the moon with biological material, but scientists generally think this is of a little concern because they're on Earth. They're not on the moon. And it's worth reiterating that there are already containers of human waste on the moon and left behind by the Apollo astronauts. That's sick. That's sick. That's some sick stuff, man. You hear that? You hear that? That is so crazy. On Tuesday, the Chinese state media said that the cotton seeds had now grown buds. They grew buds. Shout out to King Cannabis, guys. Proud sponsor of the Ike Diaz live show and KBLP LLC. I had to say that because they have now grown bud on the moon. The ruling that's funny. Communist Party official mouthpiece of People's Daily tweeted an image of the sprouted seed, saying it marked the completion of humankind's first biological experiment on the moon. Fred Watson Australian astronomical observers, astronomy at large, told the BBC that the development was good news. It suggests that there might be instrumental problems of astronauts in the future trying to grow their own crops on the moon in a controlled environment. So basically, look at that. I look at those things and I look at the them getting in and out of it. They can't get in and out of those things with those big spacesuits that they wear. Think about the moon landings. Those spacesuits they wear were like big old football uniforms. And you put a 6 foot man in there. Let's just say 5'10" to 6 foot in a big old football uniform. And you have two of them, and they're supposed to ride in that thing. They're supposed to get in there with those uniforms or with those space, whatever they're called. I'm calling them like football things. It just won't work. It just won't work. I don't know why people will keep believing that that's the thing. I think that there's certainly a great deal of interest in using the moon and staging posts, particularly for flights to Mars, because it's relatively near the Earth. Yeah, it's close to the Earth. Mr. Watson said. Did you look at that right there? There flights to Mars. Okay, so I think there's certainly a great deal of interest in using the moon as a staging post, particularly for flights to Mars, because it's relatively near the Earth. Mr. Watson said, yeah, it's right on top of us. It's supposed to be 238,900 miles away. I say it's about 50,000 miles away. That's my opinion, though. That's what I say. Learning about these plants' growth in low gravity environment would allow us to lay the foundation to our future establishment of a space base. He said cotton could eventually be used for clothing, while the potatoes could be a food source for astronauts and that don't sound word, the rapeseed for oil. Why would they make a word like that? I'm gonna have to look that word up right there. China's news agency said that the seeds were rendered dormant using biological technology during the 20-day journey from Earth to the moon. So it took 20 days to get to the Earth to the moon. BS. They only begin growing once ground control center sent a command to the probe to water the seeds. Said the probe had taken about 170 pictures so far, which have been sent back to Earth. On Friday, the Chinese Lunar Exploration Program, CLEP, released several images taken by the probe, including panoramic images of the landing site, as well as a video of the vehicles touching down. So, I don't know about you guys. That's it. That's all I have on that. But this little tin can thing right here is not going to hold two 200-pound people. That's about 5'10". We'll just say 5'10". It's just not going to do it because they put two people in these little lunar landers. It's just not going to do it. And if you look back at the old video from the old moon landings, and they have those big football suits on, it just won't work. So if you get a chance to listen to this today, or if you listen later on, let me know what you think about the moon land. I think it's a big old. I think it's a big the China's moon mission sees route. Let me know what you think about the China's moon landing first, and then let me know what you think about let me know what you think about them growing seed sprouts on the moon, which I think is impossible. If they're doing it here on Earth somewhere, and they're just not telling us because it's crazy. The BBC News was the first thing to pop up. That's why I read their report. And A couple words threw me off, but I could read pretty good. I just if I was trying to read through it while the chat was going, but I didn't get a chance to finish. But hope everybody's having a good time tonight, and I hope everybody's enjoying the broadcast, because I sure am. I think it's a cool time to come on here and say hello to everybody. You know what I mean? And to talk about these these things that are going on in the world that are just totally crazy, man. There's so much stuff going on in the world. Oh, hi, Trent. I heard you. I seen you put hi. I seen you put hi, Trent, and then you put hi. You're crazy, bud. Thanks for stopping by, man. You're awesome, dude. You're awesome, dude. All you guys that stop by all the time, man. Man, I really appreciate it, man. You guys keep me going. You guys keep me rolling along, rolling. Keep those doggies rolling. I used to fall asleep when that show came on because I thought it gave me a headache. It used to come on after Twilight Zone. But like True Stream Media said, are we living in the Twilight Zone now? Yeah, we pretty much are, guys. We pretty much are. I have another thing to bring up here in just a second, but I just want to make sure that everybody goes over to my Ike League page and they request me. So request me here on Ike League. Ike League. So if you're listening today or if you're listening tonight, make sure you request Ike League right here. Ike Diaz live. I appreciate everybody who stops by, checks me out. You guys are totally amazing. Excuse me. So I'm gonna get over to I'm gonna get to the Ike Diaz page. I always try to show these so that, and then I'm gonna show the KBLP page so that way you guys can come in later, because I know we get all kinds of people later. I don't know why that works like that, but it does. So this is Ike Diaz, guys. I had to get a new page because for some oddball reason I got hacked. And then Facebook wouldn't give me back my original page, so I just went ahead and made a new one. KBLP LLC, Ike Diaz. You know, that's how you know it's me for sure. That's how you know it's me, guys. My little Sergeant Liam's gonna be here tomorrow. That's my daughter's son, so I'm all excited. That's my next wife right there. Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry, but not sorry, guys. No, we'll see what happens. No, I don't know. All right, so what was that? There was something really important that I wanted to talk to everybody about. There was one last thing that I had on my mind before I go. And make sure you guys, if you guys could share this for me, you know, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like. You know, I'm learning here to do these like this. I know a lot of people pre-record, then they put it on there. The only way I could do it is from my phone. So, it's hard to, on my laptop, for some reason, I can't pre-record. On my phone, I can pre-record. So my laptop just, when I set it on record, it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. So there's D Marvel. Make sure you go check him out. Make sure you go check out Jay Dreamers. He's live right now, actually, too. Oh, there's Static in the Attic. Make sure you check out Static in the Attic. That looks good. I'm gonna go see it. He put some good content together. There's the Ike Dog music page. Make sure you check that out. I always try to promote as much as I can while I'm on while I'm thinking about my. There's the jams. There's so many of the jams. You'll get lost. There's one of my videos I did about 3 or 4 weeks ago when Steph Curry did a 180. and Ike Dog stuff. This song right here is awesome. End of the Tunnel by ODD TV. Shout out to ODD TV. Been bumping this song over and over. I like his other song. You know I can't remember. It might pop up in the feed. I'm trying to remember what else I was going to talk about. Here's the Fullerton report. The Fullerton Informer. I listen to him like every day, and he's all on the 5G. I know a lot about it, so I'm going to do a video on 5G. I just haven't had a chance. I keep saying my next video is 5G, but I haven't had a chance to do the video on the 5G. And then a Plain Truth. He was here for because I'm in Colorado, so he was here for the Flat Earth Conference. I didn't know. I would have went and introduced myself, but I don't know what he looks like because he don't show his face on his broadcast. So I don't know what he looks like. But this is the craziest thing right there. So I got to watch this video right here. For the U.S. government, Tim, Osama bin Laden is CIA asset Tim Osam. So I'm going to check that out. That was yesterday. I didn't get a chance to go over it. But that's some crazy stuff right there, man. I looked at that and I was like, man. There you go, Flat Earth Data. I'm going to stop by here. Make sure I'm sub to you. I didn't know that was your page right there, to be honest with you. So this is Flat Earth Data. Make sure you come by and check him out. Oh, you guys play with the numbers too, huh? Yeah, I'm subscribed to you. I just hit the bell button so I can get notifications. Cool. I'll be back to check out some more of your content. It just came up in the feed right now, so I clicked on it since I saw you. That's pretty cool. KBLP LLC 4 on YouTube. KBLP LLC podcast on YouTube. Oh, this is a big one. I can't wait to watch. As soon as I get done, I'm going to be watching this one right here about the mud floods in Mexico. Yeah, the oddball thing is, Mexico was a part of America for so long. It had to be. So, I thought there was only one of these things, like a huge one. Like these people look really small compared to these. So these must be pretty big. But I thought there was only one big one. Lake of Pyramids. I've never saw this before. I can't wait to watch that video. But I will, as soon as I get more information and I figure out more about mud floods, I'm going to be doing the mud flood commercial. I'm really excited. And Flat Earth British did a video on the Giants, so make sure you go check out that. That's pretty interesting. What is the other thing that I was going to work on? I can't. Dang it, man. Hold on a second here, guys. Just give me a second. Thanks for we got 4 listeners. I'm happy, guys. Thank you for sticking around. Sailing takes me away to where I'm going. Good morning, everybody. Did I get 3 friend requests right now? I wasn't looking. I know. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, shoot. You could go to my Patreon at Ike Diaz, and you can go to, if you want to donate to what we are doing, you could donate at Ike2dogs at yahoo.com. That's IKIE, the number 2 DOGS at yahoo.com at PayPal. You could donate there, or you could donate at the Patreon. Ike Diaz. That's all you got to do. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Jeez, Google. Let's see. Just type in my name. Got some more flat Earth content for you guys, since YouTube's trying to suppress us for what we're trying to do. Ideas profiles. What the heck is that? I was looking at LinkedIn and nothing came up. Oh. I'm the real ideas, guys. There's some other ideas out there. Don't believe it. None of these ideas are me. I just clicked on it. I was like, what the heck? Well, the real idea is please stand up, or I'm right here. Odd the earth. I said odd the earth, but it's of the earth. Okay, so to all the listeners out there who come by and listen, I know we get a lot of listeners all week. It's crazy. Which one of these do you think are real? Like, which one of these pictures do you think you are real? I'm gonna shock you guys. I'm gonna shock you guys right now. And once you find out, you go out and do your own research. These are all fake. These are from NASA, and they're all fake. More images from NASA pictures of the Earth. NASA, all fake. The Blue Marble, brought to you by Robert Simmons. They have to be layered. NASA admits they don't use real images from space. Why not? China, if they took 170 pictures, why didn't they take any pictures of the Earth? Explain that to me, guys. If China took 170 pictures, why didn't they take any pictures of the Earth? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Shit, I know we got Train here. Hi, Train. Thanks for being here. Flat Earth data. Lickety split. Thank you. Susan and Gina, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for who's ever sticking around. I really appreciate it, guys. Like I said, I only get 5 to 10 listeners, and I'm happy right now. It only says 3 or 4, and I'm cool as long as you guys are here listening. And then, like I said, when people come along later and they check out the broadcast, then it makes it more exciting. So all these pictures are fake. I like the way Russian Vid says it. He says, Holly. Sorry about it. Oh, man. I forgot what Russian Vid says, but he's cool. He says so much stuff when he gets on the air. Hold on a second. KBLP LLC forward on YouTube. KBLP LLC podcast on YouTube. Make sure you join in to those. Make sure you go by and check them out. There's some interesting content. Let's put it like that. Some interesting content that I know you will enjoy. Sorry about that, guys. I was trying to blow my nose. That's why I was like, hold on for just a second while I take care of it. I get so thirsty doing this. So, Russian vids, what did he say? See, I lost my train of thought now. My train of freaking deacon thought, guys. No, I didn't bring up the government shutdown. I didn't. I just got a message about the government shutdown. I didn't bring it up. It's temporarily, the government temporarily went back. And so that means that food stamps are going to go out. No, I'm just joking. I wish I could get some food stamps. No, I'm just joking, guys. Shoot. I know my buddy said when he was in college, him and his wife, they used to get food stamps. Now they got really good jobs. They make really good money. And I'm like, man, that is interesting. So hold on here. I know I have some other information that I want to present to you guys. If I can find it for you. If I can't find it, then I have to do it on another broadcast. I had all this ready, all this planned out for you guys. And now I'm just sitting here like a crazy butt. Oh, I got it right now. Let me just get my book. Hold on. Ike Diaz live. Thank you guys for joining in. Make sure you always tune in. Like I said, the content's going to get better as soon as I can figure out how to post some stuff. I have all kinds of videos, and I can't figure out how to get them onto my computer. So when I go live, I can show it to you guys. So I have all kinds of videos that I went out and did. And as soon as I learn how to do that, I will. Oh, the other thing I said is, like I said, I've been researching mud floods, and I've been researching giants, and I've been researching 5G. So I'm going to be doing a broadcast on all those, but not at the same time. But I'm going to be doing the research. We talked about giants a little bit the other night. Who was here with me? I forgot. There was a few people here with me when we were talking about giants. Giants are real, man, and they're coming back. They're already here. I mean, they're already here. I didn't mean to say they're coming back. I'm saying they're already here. How could I be missing? 10, 73. Ideas live. Yeah, you got to check out those Russian videos. Oh, I went to go check out Russian vids. Put a good video up about the last beetle that's alive not being the real beetle. And I went to go check it out, and the video was removed. So I was like, dang. Okay, so when I was listening to the video earlier, somebody said, I can't remember who it is. Shout out to whoever it was. I'll print your name earlier. So John 11. Maybe I'm on the wrong one. Yeah, I am on the wrong one. Hold on a sec. That was good though. What was that? That was good. Ike Diaz live. Oh, this is the same old one, guys. Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. I know. We pray for the full armor of God through Jesus, guys. But what I was getting at here was a flat earth quote from the Bible, guys. Like, somebody had mentioned a flat earth quote, and I wanted to read it to you guys because it's pretty deep. Isaiah quotes it a lot. Genesis quotes it a lot. Revelations quotes it a lot. Hold on a second. If I can find it. See, like, I should be doing if I did these like pre-recorded, it would get done really quick, but I can't figure out how to pre-record yet for some reason now. Because when I moved up to Windows 10, it wouldn't let me pre-record no more. So it was pretty, it's kind of messed up, but yes, I couldn't pre-record, so I was pre-recording then putting the broadcast out. But now I can't pre-record. Wait a second. Golly, if I could remember anything today, I'd be good. The only thing I can remember is the earth is flat. The earth is flat, and that's a fact. So I'm going to just read one more little quote here to you guys. Because I had some more information, but I can't recall. I had it written down, and I can't find the. See, we're like, so like when they were talking about the reason I want to bring this up is because they were talking about this on a couple different broadcasts. RFB was talking about it, and so was Vincent Rhodes. Because it says when in the end times, that there'll be changes in the skies, right? There'll be changes in the skies. So right here it says in Revelations 6:13, it says, and the stars in the heavens fell to the earth as a fig tree drops its late figs when it is shaken by the mighty wind. Then the sky receded as a scroll when it rolled up, and every mountain and every island was moved out of its place. So with them talking about that in the last couple days with Vincent Rhodes talking about it, go to his page, subscribe to him. I listen to him, and RFB talks about it. In the last days, there will be signs from the sky, guys. So they're kind of telling us what's going on, what's happening. We'll see the signs in the sky when it's about to go down, and like I know what I wanted to talk about. And it's the pre-programming, guys. There's all kinds of movies coming out about space, and there's all kinds of movies coming about like aliens and UFOs. They're not even called UFOs anymore. They're called what do they call? But it's pre-programming for the Blue Beam Project. You know what I mean? That group, it's still on. You know what I mean? So if you listen to this later, once again, thank you for my first 1,000 subscribers. It took a month, and I'm up at 1,000 subscribers, so I'm all happy, guys. I'm like all excited right now. Here, I'm gonna tell you what they call them something. This really, because They call UFOs now. Latest UFOs update. I don't believe in UFOs, guys. Just to let you know, I don't believe in aliens. I believe in demons. I've never saw a demon, but I believe in demons. UAPs. I think that's what they're called. UAPs, something like. Okay, I'm clicking on it. Help me out here. UFOs, UAPs, and craps. Unidentified aerial phenomena are often lessened on the residue problem in science. Oh, I didn't even get. That's what I got to get to. See, I've spaced out. But anyway, I'm not going to read this right now. But they're putting all this stuff. Okay, so they got all this stuff talking about UFOs, right, guys? I'm gonna get off this. It's Scientific America, but I'm gonna get off this. But the point is, they're putting all this UFO propaganda out there, you know, so that people could believe in UFOs and different strange anomalies like that. There's a channel that I follow. It's called Strange Skies. And crazy thing is they must live by a military base or something, because they always see I left messages on their thing, and then a couple days later it'd be erased. But I just left good video, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Great video, awesome video. And then I go back and it's gone. Like that, they erase it. But their videos, they always, like I said, they must live by a military base, because they always have like strange stuff. I sit here and I videotape for 3-4 hours. I don't see nothing in the sky. Nothing. It doesn't move. There's nothing going on. And they see like spaceships and just weird stuff, cloud movement that shouldn't be moving, and just all kinds of stuff. Sorry about that, guys. I got another message. I get these messages in my inbox, and it makes my speakers all loud. But anyway, so go check that out. Strange Skies. That's what they're called. Strange Skies. I've been following them for about a couple months now, and so here's what I wanted to get into. I want to be talking about the Mandela effect later. Everybody knows what the Mandela effect is. So here's how this happened. Like, everybody knows my story on Flat Earth. My co-host told me almost 3 years ago. She goes, "Do you believe that? Do you believe that people still think the Earth is flat?" And I started laughing at her. I said, "It's scientifically proven that the Earth is round." So after that night, it never got out of my head. So I started thinking about it. I started researching it, and that's how I became a flat earther. And because I couldn't there's no way to figure out if the Earth is round or if it's flat. So I'm going with flat Earth, because the science, the real science, the super science, not the pseudoscience, points me more towards the flat Earth. So I'm a flat earther, guys. That's it. Bottom line. I know people keep popping in and popping out. I appreciate it, though. So the part of this is what I'm asking is, do people think that the Earth is? Does anybody out there think that the Mandela effect has something to do with the flat Earth? Because this is the way I see it. I know the Mandela effect came out in like 2008, 2009, but I didn't hear about it till the last couple of years. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, my little sister Desiree Pickett from KBLP LLC, she asked me one day. She goes, I was on a podcast with her, and she said, "Did Sinbad play in a movie called Shazam?" So she gave me. I had a day to think about it or something like that, but I didn't look anything up. I just thought about it. I was like, I know Shaquille O'Neal played in Kazam, because when I was really young, I was like 12. I used to watch that movie all the time because we had cable, but it used to come on cable like every other day. So I used to watch that because, we only had like 50, 60 channels back then. It wasn't like now where there's like 1,000 channels. So I used to watch that Kazam. So when she asked me that, I said, yeah, I think there was a movie called Shazam. And she goes, no, it's a Mandela effect. And I was like, what's a Mandela effect, really? What is this? This was over 2 years ago. And ever since that day, I've been locked into the Mandela effect. And I started researching, and it led me to the Large Hadron Collider in Sweden, right? Or I don't want to mess that up. Let me see. But what I did find out is there's large hadron colliders in almost every state now in America. But they didn't let anybody know it because they started building these in like the 70s, 80s. Okay, so the Large Hadron Collider, it's at CERN, is the world's largest and most powerful particular accelerator. It consists of 27-kilometer ring of superconducting magnets with a number of accelerating structures to boost the energy particles along the way. LHC tunnel, part 1, various angle CERN. So this is the Large Hadron Collider right here at CERN. It's in Geneva, Switzerland. That's what, I just remembered. So my theory is, guys, here, hold on, gotta check something real quick because my computer changed. Hold on. Ike Diaz live. You're live on Ike Diaz. Thank you for tuning in. KBLP LLC podcast on YouTube. KBLP LLC 4 on YouTube. Make sure you go check it out, guys. There's some great content on there. So make sure you check it out. Enjoy. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Nice stuff. I went to school with it. So let's take them to school real quick, guys. So the Large Hadron Collider. I know they turned it on. They had turned it on previously before 2012. But in 2012 is when everything started changing for me. Like the world was different. But I was doing a lot of sleeping around that time because we would work all night. So I would sleep all day. And we take this. The reason I'm taking this back to CERN is because they kind of did a video where they had a thing with the Mandela. There's a guy sitting in a chair and he has Mandela, and then he has Bond on it, right? And there's a James Bond movie. It's a space movie where he, what is that? It's called, I'm losing I can't remember anything right now. So I'm getting kind of tired, guys. Usually I don't get that tired, right? But I'm going to go to it here in a second. I actually have this on videotape. So the reason I'm showing this to you is because it's part of what I was talking about. I can't remember the name of the movie right now, but I've seen people on the internet just like crying because they remember this so vividly. You know what I mean? Like it's called Moonraker, and Dolly, that's her name, with Jaws. Let me see. I'm gonna show it to you guys real quick. This is because I'm gonna like I said before, I'm gonna do the Mandela effect, but I want to do big ones. But this is a big one to me. Because like I said, when we were kids, this used to play all the time. I know I can only play like 30 seconds of it or something, or else I'll get a copyright strike. Boom, 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 boom. So this is a big one for me, guys. Come on. I didn't expect to be a commercial right now. Let me try to find one without a commercial. See, like this guy was one. He was like Moonraker. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he was something else. Let's see if the guy was here. This one's dang, another commercial. Damn it. It's 15 seconds, so put a like, so maybe they won't give me a copyright strike. This is the original scene, Smile for me. Fast forward it. All right, guys. I watched this over and over when I was a kid. Reruns, of course, because this was made before I was born. But look at this right here. And watch. See, he got his braces. Look at right here. She smiles. She had braces, right? Oh, they didn't show this. They on the original videotape, it shows. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Did I see what I just think I saw? Dang it. What the heck? What the heck? They changed that because. Okay. Wait a second. I'm tripping. See, this is the guy that I'm just gonna go back. Wait a second. I'm just gonna go back because man, somebody messed with my brain right now. That must be because I'm getting tired, guys. So basically, what I'm saying in 2012, I think I was sleeping. I think there may have been a reset because everything changed after that. Everything. I can remember before 2012, everything was different. Everything seemed real to me. The food seemed real. My life seemed real. After 2012, everything became like a blur. And I couldn't figure out what it was. So when Desiree Pickett told me about the Mandela effect, I started researching the Mandela effect, and it led me to the Large Hadron Collider. And that had to be like a fix up because that video was all clear, and the one I just showed you, and she had braces, like, and it wasn't the right video, guys. It wasn't the right video. I got an old VHS tape, and she don't have braces no more. And you could see like a little screen imprint go across the screen when you watch it. So for people who don't know about this, the Mandela effect. So if you're new to this, like a lot of people I talk to, they have no clue what the Mandela effect is. But the Large Hadron Collider in 2012, they officially turned it on completely. They had tested it from what I've heard, but in 2012 it went on to where they kept it on in 2012. That's what we're being told. But before they had like turned it on to test it out to see if it worked, like in 2008 was the first time, 2009, and then 2012 they turned it on, and it's been running ever since. So it runs full time. They don't shut it off, from what I understand. So what I wanted to get into was, does anybody, and if you listen later, I know it's getting late, so a lot of people left, but if you listen later, do you think that um, the 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 shape of the Earth may be the cause of the Large Hadron Collider? Like, if there was a reset and we were put in this domed Earth now. Prior to this, do you think that there could have been another like a do you think that there could have been a spherical Earth until they did a reset and sent us over here? That's my question. That's what I want to know. Like, do you think that we could have been um, sent to a different, you know what I mean, sent to a different reality, sent to a different, like my buddy asked me, my little brother, he asked me, we were talking about different realities, and I told him that since I'm affected by the Mandela effect and he's not, I said I think I live in 3 or 4 different realities, because it's different than um it's different than it was. Like, I'm like, the things from my past are different. I think people that are affected by the Mandela effect are like 30 and older. And then some people, excuse me, like some people in their 40s and 50s, they don't want to accept it. You know what I mean? They don't want to accept that their memories have been either suppressed or changed. And I don't know why, but they don't want anybody to know about it. You know what I mean? So I think that the Mandela effect may be part of, I don't know for sure. I'm just I'm just bringing it up to you guys. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you guys a thought. Maybe in a reset. That's why I'm so deep into the mud floods, because what if there was a reset and we were part of it? You know what I mean? Like, it's I'm saying several times, not just one time. What if we were a part of it several times? That's what the scary thing is. If we were a part of it several times, then it's crazy. Like things are really crazy if we were a part of a reset and we didn't know. And what if we were reset to a flat Earth and we had to leave that spherical Earth? What if we were on a spherical Earth and we had to leave it? You know what I'm saying? So, but you know what I mean? Like, when I talk, I say that the Bible is a handbook for a flat Earth. So the Bible's been around for as far as we could remember. The only thing that the problem I'm having is that there's not a lot of history in the 1500s, 1600s, and 1700s. You don't start getting history to after the 1800s start. And we've traced our family back as far as we can on my mom's side and my dad's side, and we go back to where we on my mom's side, we have always been in Colorado. This is, we were here before this was America. On my mom's side, because she has the native part of her. On my dad's side, it's all from Mexico. It's actually not from Mexico. I'm wrong there. It's from Texas. So if there's been resets, and I'm looking at some of these mud floods, and man, it's crazy. Like, some of these buildings are like 4 stories, and then when they dig them out, they're like 4 stories. But while the dirt and everything's all level, they're only 2 stories big. So you got to look into it yourself. But like I said, I'm gonna do a podcast for everybody, broadcast, just to show everybody what I'm talking about, because it's like, it's crazy. It's totally crazy the way they set things up. So I'll be bringing that broadcast to you along with the 5G one, because, like I said, I have to do more research so I come with the right information for you. Tonight, I'm just doing like I did my 1,000. Thank you for 1,000 subs. Since I hit it tonight, and then I wanted to talk about the Mandela effect, and to see if anybody thinks that because of the Mandela effect, we actually live on a flat Earth now. Where say that we actually did live on a spherical Earth, and we had to be moved because the Large Hadron Collider. We had to be moved. What if the Earth was blown up and we had to be moved and the only place to go was the flat Earth? And that's why maybe the Bible talks about it in the last days, the flat Earth. The Earth being the footstool, and the four corners, the four pillars. There's so much. Like I said, the Bible is just a flat Earth. To me, it's just a flat Earth. A flat Earth book. That's all it is. So if anybody has any questions about that, let me know. If you have any information about that, let me know. It's just a theory that I might have. That I have. I know we live on a flat Earth. I know it's a flat Earth. Personally, I know for a fact it's a flat Earth. I did the research. Yeah, I watched a lot of YouTube videos like everybody else, but I went out and did research on this, guys. I went out and I looked around, and I followed the moon, and I followed the sun, and I did a lot of stuff, guys. Like I even tried to do the lake experiment. You know what I mean? That's how deep I got into it, and and it's true. It's true. Like, it's true. There's no curvature, guys. There's none. And you could just take the dog cam, go to the dog cam video, and you can see that at 120,000 feet, there's no curvature. It's all flat. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson said, that shit is flat, flat, flat. And then don't let your kids listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson or Bill, the fake science guy. Don't do it, guys. You'll be deceived by pseudoscience. That's what they call them. We're called super scientists. They're called pseudoscientists. But they're going to keep promoting the glow model. The glow model is 66.6 billion miles big or whatever, or in circumference. 66.6. What does that tell you, guys? Just like Apple selling their first computer for $666 and 66 cents. Isn't that kind of scary, guys? And it goes on all over the place. It goes on all over the place. The elites read everything backwards. So something might go on sale for $19.99, right? You read it backwards, you invert it, and it's six. You know what it is. I don't even like to say it, to be honest with you. But like I said, my theory is, like, if it's true with the Large Hadron Collider, I think that and if they did have a reset for us, if they did hit the reset button, and they had to move us because the Earth blew up, and maybe had to put us to sleep. I don't know. That could be the tell right there, because we have we've been asleep. Everybody's been asleep, and it's about the awakening. You know what I mean? It's about waking people up, and some people just don't want to hear it. I met some guys. I did some activism, like D Marvel calls it, just day before yesterday. And oh, Jazzy, you finally show up? Thanks. I needed you a lot earlier. Anyway, I did some activism day for yesterday. We were at the movie theater, and I talked to two guys, and I took some pictures of them, and I was like, when I say go, say flat Earth. And they was like, nah, if you're high. One was like, oh, flat Earth. The other one was like, yeah, if you're high. And I said, yeah, if you get high enough, you can see the flat Earth, But people just don't want to believe it because they've been so indoctrinated by the school system And I know you guys have heard this over and over and over and over and over. But for the new people that come in, my new listeners, if you haven't heard it, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm trying to get to you guys, and trying to give you the information so that you can move forward. You know what I mean? I know it's right now. It says that I only have 2 listeners, but I'm getting like inboxes from like 4 different people, and that are listening. So I know that there's more than 4 listeners, 2 listeners. See, YouTube is YouTube. See, they must have picked up the algorithm like we were talking about earlier with flat Earth data, because they're knocking my listeners down, because there's way more than that. I know there's 4. I know there's 4 in my inbox, and at least 4 or 5 live with me on YouTube. So it's crazy. So Static in the Attic, I'm gonna be listening to this tonight. I can't wait. He just sent me a message right now, right here. Excuse me. Said he's gonna get with me tomorrow, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna check out JG Dreamers. I'm gonna check that out. So if you can check that out, there's your large CERN. Just look up CERN, guys, and you'll find out all you. If you're caught in the Mandela effect, look up CERN, and I got some Mandela effects coming up. And I run into Mandela effects like every other day, like things that change, like every other day, and it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, and sometimes I have a hard time with it. Sometimes I just say, "Wow!" It's like I said, I live in 3 or 4 different realities. And here's the thing that's upsetting is that when they talked about this, when they talked about shutting people down, shutting um, YouTubers down that talk about flat Earth and talk about 911, they said that they have a mental illness, because they believe this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Man, you got to remember, some of these guys are really intelligent, like I said, way above my pay grade. Like I'm not even. Let me try to see what the heck is going on here, because I usually have like 9 or 10 listeners through the whole night. And it's like saying it's saying 4, but I know there's more people with us. That one says 1. That one says 2. Yeah, see, YouTube picked up the algorithm. Yeah, because it says 2 watching. That's some drunk stuff. That's drunk, man. You've been drinking 40s, doggy. Look at there's 19 likes on there. It said 18 a minute ago. Now it just said 19. But anyway, I said I'd say hi. Let's say hi, everyone, because I didn't see everybody come in. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, guys. Flat Earth Data. Susan, Jazzy, Trent. Who else is here? Who else is hanging out? Not very many people, but I know we'll get a lot of listeners later. Later to the program, guys. Later. They'll join us. They'll join us for the party. Make sure you say Ike Dog when you come by. Make sure you write it in the chat, Ike Dog. If you get this far in the video, guys. So that's my theory, guys, on the Mandela effect and the flat Earth. And I haven't really heard anybody mention that. Like, anybody say that the Mandela effect could have launched us from a spherical Earth. Like, it could have blown up when the Large Hadron Collider, like when they started it. I did hear one lady say that she remembers that CERN, when they turned it on, they had to bring in like all kinds of fire department. They had to shut it down and all kinds of things. It exploded. I did watch one video, but that was it. And maybe they're suppressing all the other videos, So, like I said, we could have been on a spherical Earth. I remember the sun when I was little, like the skies would be crisp before they started the chemtrails. The skies would be crystal clear, crystal clear, and the sun would be so far away. This would be the summertime, and it'd be hot. We'd be playing in the sprinklers to stay cool. This is in Curtis Park in Mestizo Park in Colorado and Denver. It's for people who don't know. So we'd be playing in the park in Curtis Park. See, now it says 4 listeners. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for you guys. It should be like 10 because I know I'm talking to 4 people in the chat and I'm talking to 4 people in my inbox. So it should be like about 8. But like I said, YouTube is so weird. YouTube is drunk. YouTube drinks 40s. Stop drinking 40s, YouTube. So really, also, the sun was far away. The sun was far. It wasn't close. You know what I mean? Now you could look up and you could see the sun. Yeah, I was a kid and so you know things looked bigger to me back then. But on the other hand, with the flat Earth model, the flat Earth model makes complete sense. You know, to anybody. And I know the guys. There were some guys here the other night. They were trolling, and they were saying the flat Earth model don't work. The flat Earth model. Well, the flat Earth model works way better than the spherical model. You know what I mean? And I have I know shout out to Michelle Auger. I know she put messages out to everybody to show her a globe model or a flat model. She don't believe either way, as far as I remember. And shout out to Denise Harris, Zach Morrison, Chris Stevens, Stephen Clark, Sonia Delgado, Cecilia Flores, Desiree Pickett. I'm trying to think of all our podcasters real quick. my mind's telling me whatever. And my brother Marty, Isaac Badajas, my grandpa. Sugar boom boom boom, I'm chasing dragons. That's part 2. That's cool. And then I hope I got all the podcasters. Shout out to all our podcasters, guys. So back to the flat Earth thing, my flat Earth theory, guys. It's my flat Earth theory. You know what I mean? Dang, I have 20 plus messages right now. I have to read those. I only got 3 friend requests. I think that happened when I was. Make sure you were subscribed here, and then I'll go over to Ike Diaz one more time, so you can subscribe there. Sugar boom boom, I'm chasing dragon. Oh, I'm supposed to go to KBLP too. I wasn't complaining about nobody in the chat. I was just complaining about YouTube because, like I said, I know people are here with me right now because I'm talking to them. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be on if people weren't in the chat or people in my inbox. You know. January 26th every year is now the Colorado's official Flat Earth Day. Good morning. Have an awesome Colorado Flat Earth Day. It's Flat Earth Day. For all of you who do not know, it's Flat Earth Day. Look at Stan Dyer. He put this stupid thing up right here. So let me see. I replied to him. I said thank you, but I know I put I said, I told somebody in there that this is a good song right here, Flat versus Globe. I thought it meant 05, but it's song 5. So make sure, if you get this far, make sure you request Ike Diaz. Ike Diaz live. Ike Diaz. This is my personal page. I'm gonna take you over to KBLP real quick. I think I'm a admin in there. I'm not for sure. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry for starting late too, guys. I know it said 9 o'clock, or I think 9 o'clock. I didn't start till like 9:20. I was watching his live D Marble live. So this is KBLP LIC. Just join in. Just join in. Be a member. Support. Like, comment, whatever you want to do. Boom, 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 boom. Just inviting some people while I'm here. Invite. Join. And it usually only lets me invite like 2 people, 3 people, and then it stops. It runs out of people. Oh, you're going too fast. See what I mean? You're moving too fast. So I have a new book coming out called The Universe According to Ike. Make sure that the pre-orders are available. I have a new CD. I have a brand new CD. It's complete. It's the Throwback Big Game City to City, Volume 8 or something. And then I have my solo release, the Ike Dog release. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be coming soon. I'm going to release the Throwback CD and the book together. And then I'm going to release the movie after that, guys. So make sure that you and how many? The heck? This thing had like 4,000 members. I don't even watch that much football. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's so soft. It's so rigged. It's crazy. I miss the old days, the 80s, the 90s. That's when football was good. The 70s. I was too young for the 70s, but I watched the 80s and the 90s. So the freaks, their sports talk. I think that's supposed to go on here in a minute. I think she'll be on with sports in a minute. You might want to check this out right here. It's a 1950s Trump's TV show predicts that end times economic collapse dumps the fire. This is with Paul Romano. I forgot what his page is. I forgot what his channel's called. Oh, Pocket. I always forget it. Pockets of the Future. This was that red moon that was out that night. I don't know how he had it spinning. He was filming it that night. I was supposed to go out and film, but I fell asleep. So I'm just kind of rumbling on now, guys. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to show you some of the stuff that we're into. You know what I mean? Like tonight, Planet BO beating us. Earthbusters, government shutdown, and DH guide to a long-term power outage. Yeah, that's the thing I talked about. The government talks about a 6-month power outage. Like if they were to have a power outage, Denver wouldn't last 2 days. They would go crazy. They would seriously go crazy here in Denver. Like it would be over. That's why they would call in martial law and start sending people to FEMA camps, because everybody be wild hitting the stores. Just a couple days ago, somebody did a hit and run on Walgreens over here for some hardcore drugs. It looked like just like a little kid, like about 17, 18 years old, like a young cat. So it's like it's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing that they would do that. But you got to imagine if there is a collapse, man, people are going to be raiding the stores. Like the workers ain't even going to be able to control. Police ain't going to be able to get there because there's going to be so much stuff going on. I would really, if I were you, I'd really listen to Planet BOB. There is about prepping. It's about having your bug out bag ready. So I would tune into them. It's Michelle Auger and Denise Harris from KDLP LLC. Frank B got some new album. Shout out to him. All the OGs are coming back with new albums, so I'm happy. They're all like 50 or older. And their albums are good. Their albums are super tight. Like, I can't listen to this new music. I think it's garbage. But people enjoy it, so I'll let it be. You know what I mean? Just because I think it's garbage, there's people out there that's gonna like it. So I just leave it alone. You know what I mean? Fake mud flood, fake flat earth, fake globe. I don't remember this. I wonder if it's still up. Oh man. See, sometimes I forget to go back to watch some of these videos. I'll share them to this page and I'll forget to go back to watch some of them. And they'll be pulled down. Just like I said, I missed the Russian Vids video about the Paul McCartney. You know, him coming out saying that he's not the real Paul McCartney. And you know, when Russian Vids says something, it's like breaking news. So I try to keep up to date with all them guys. So I try to stay up to date with all of them, man, all of them. Boom, boom, I'm chasing paper. That's what the informer says. He goes, if you're out there chasing paper, I just start cracking up. You know, he has great information, but he gets so pumped up and wild about it. Like, man, it's crazy. Wow. This one did really good. This was the tutorial I did for KDLP LLC. This one did really good. I got 7 dislikes on it, but whatever. Almost 1,600 plays, 312 likes. Man, that's pretty awesome. Look at this. This one I did on an accident because I keep putting, look at that, 40 views on that. It was an accident. I didn't even mean to do it. That's crazy. Let's see this. I'm over here just going around real quick. Look at this. This one got to get up. I'm going to promote this a little more. I'm going to share this to Twitter and Facebook. Ike Diaz Live, recap, Q&A. The president, no Mars by 2020 election year. 80 likes, though. Like, I get a lot of likes, though, at least, you know, people enjoy the content that I put out. It's just that when you do these live, it's kind of hard. Boom, 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 boom. So if you're just stopping by, I think somebody just popped in. This is Ike Diaz Live. Make sure you check me out. I have new content coming up pretty soon. I got the 5G. I got Giants. I'm going to always be doing Flat Earth, but I'm not letting that go just because we're getting harassed by, so they're trying to suppress us with the local media and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm going to keep talking about Flat Earth, Flat Earth, Flat Earth. Just, we got to keep representing it, guys. Represent that. I come through fat, knuckleheads with gats. This song right here, you got to hear. I wish I could play it for you guys. It's ODD TV, but damn commercials, man. Okay, I can skip that. Let's see if I can play that. I know you can only do like 30 seconds or something, but Go to ODD TV and check that song out. It's banging. I hope you can hear it, because if I reply to that, ODD, bet. Yeah, I see. Oh, it's like. What if they have my size? I'll buy one right now. I seen it on, what's the name? Oh, you can get it in white, or is that gray? It's gray. You can get it in white. Yeah, they do these like countdown things. They only sell them for so long. I don't know why they just don't keep them up. I'll select size right there. See if they got my size. Yep, they got my size. I'm gonna buy one of these. Gray. See what red looks like. Nah, that's ugly. Black, blue, yellow. Yeah, that's a really ugly. I think that's the best one right there. I'm gonna buy one of these as soon as we get done. I've been wanting to. I've been wanting to get one of those anyway. But that song, make sure you go by and check it out, man. It's End of the Tunnel. Golly, the dude is deep on there. The dude goes deep. Deep, deep. All right, so I'll be wrapping this up. I'm gonna wrap this up here in a minute, man. It was great for everybody who stopped by, tuned in, and said hello to me. Like I said, my theory, that's a wrestling group. I don't really mess with wrestling groups very much, but I'll entertain it, I guess. Who's your favorite player and why? Shaq Barrett, but he's leaving the team. The Bronco season is over, guys. So next year, they're not going to go get a quarterback. If they get Nick Foles, then things might change. But as far as anything else goes, it's pretty much over. So the season's pretty much a wrap, man. Just because, even Shanahan was all upset because he turned down 8 jobs because they promised him the job, and then they hired some guy from Chicago, I think. And I'm like, man, that's crazy stuff. I'm not gonna mess with that no more. I'm in so many groups. I'm in so many dang groups. My daughter took off with her boyfriend. My sons should be here at like 10:30, 10:40, unless he stays up with his girlfriend. So it just depends. Like, I don't know. Then I'll be by myself. That's why I need a girlfriend to come stay with me. I'm tired of all these girls that they just want me to go stay with them, hang out with them. Why don't you girls come hang out with me? Shit. That's some bull crap already, man. You know what I mean, Vern? Messing it up like that, man. So flat Earth, it's just a theory I have about the Mandela effect being part of all this. It's all tied to me. It's all chemtrails, Mandela effect, the flat Earth. All this stuff is tied together. Everything's tied together. So refraction, like I just want to say it again. Refraction, it lights up, puts color to the Earth, so it's all blue. The sky's all blue. That's what I remember from school. It's because we have atmosphere. So the other planets don't light up. And when you look through them through a telescope, they're moving, and you got to look at them. They're like moving, and they're not solid like us. But they say that they're real planets. So, but I don't believe that. And like I said, that latest report that came out was about those things hiding angels. So that's something you might want to look into. That I might have to do some research on. I don't know too much about that. I really don't. So check that out. Vincent Rose put that up, and so did RFB. He put that up, so you might want to check that out. You might want to check that out when you get a chance. Vincent Rose and RFB, they both put that up about those planets and those stars holding angels. You know what I mean? And then Vincent Rose just put up 3 people witnessed, the Antarctic edge. So I'm gonna go watch that video too. So there's a lot of information that's coming out, and like I'm saying, I'm doing a lot of reading right now. So like every day I read for like 2-3 hours, maybe 4 hours. I stay in the books. I don't keep the TV on. I keep the TV off. No computer, no nothing. I just sit here and I read and I read. So that way I can have more information, to give to you guys as far as content goes, But like I said, thank you again for this is my over 1,000 subscribers. Let me go to it real quick. I'm just all excited. I'm all happy. Like in a month I got 1,000 subscribers. I know it's not a lot, I should have been happy at 100 subscribers. I'm grateful. You know what I mean? I'm not bragging. I'm grateful that there's so many people that listen to me. So it's pretty cool. Let me see what it says. Let me see what it says. One person watching. Oh shoot! I'll turn that down. See, it said 18 and then it turned to 19 again. It did that a few times. That's crazy. That is crazy. Hold on, I'm just typing this in real quick. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Dick Gregory had a lot of good things to say, but a lot of people call him a disinfo agent. You know what I mean? So everything's coming out tonight. Like everything like is being like for a while for some reason nothing could be recorded. Like if I turn on like a YouTube video, we couldn't even hear it. And now it's coming out. I reset some things, so I'm hoping that reset my podcasting. That's why I've been upset about podcasting, because I couldn't podcast because the voices weren't coming out because I plug everybody into my studio, and it wasn't working. So I thought something was wrong with my studio, but then again, I thought something was wrong with me setting it up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's been fun. It's been a good time. It's been a great time, guys. It's been a great time to hang out with everybody. A couple of my regulars didn't stop by tonight, but I know people were busy. So I do want to thank everybody who did come by. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was worth your time and your listening. I know like I said, I'm doing these podcasts a little longer right now, just to get this out and to get as much information as I can out to anybody. And I hope people enjoy. the information that I put out, because the content that I'm creating is serious. You know, I'm talking about flat Earth. I don't talk about 911 because I know everything about that. You know what I mean? And I think everybody who talks about that, they get in trouble. Their feet get pulled down, everything gets pulled down, and I don't want to deal with that stuff like that. The stuff like of that nature there, you know what I mean. So I'm just not gonna mess with it. Jeez. That stuff always messes with me. So make sure you go by KBLP LLC. This is on Spreaker. So we got I was gonna say we're almost at 1,000 episodes. We had already went over 1,000, but we deleted like about 200 episodes. So this is where we're at. We're almost about to go gold. It's 451,956 plays. So we're about to go gold. We got like 6,573 downloads. So make sure you download it if you get a chance. Like if you like a podcast, download them. You know, there's some good podcasts on here. Everybody puts in a lot of good work, and you'll be surprised. And we got TWD coming back. That's one of our better shows that everybody listens to. And I'll be back with the jam in a couple weeks. You know, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting, guys. So I don't want to hold you up anymore. Once again, I thank everybody who's came by. I know everybody already cut out. Everybody already left. Everybody said, "Forget this. I'm gone." He's not talking about flat Earth no more. Once again, thank you for those 1,000 subs, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's crazy that we got to that level. Like, I didn't see it coming. I really didn't, guys. I really didn't. And then all of a sudden, boom, we're there. So it's fun. But make sure you check them out. I'm going to go for now. Bedtime in a few. And have a good night, everybody. Ike Diaz live.